last show before our event, the Toys for Tots Motorcycle Parade. And these are my guests, Barb and Santiago Castillo.
Yes,
You
sir.
say the L's, right? Yeah.
Right, the L's is a Y.
Okay.
Pretend there's a Y and no L's.
And I have
Castillo.
great news. These two people are going to be riding next to me in the parade
Woohoo!
to thank them for all the work they've done with us this past year. He's been an integral part of this parade for many years. Good friend of Jack Voss, and better than being with Jack Voss in the sidecar when he's taking pictures.
Right.
So that'll be interesting. Hopefully the weather will be good. And we did receive our permit today. And the city of Chicago doesn't give us our parade permit until all the other boxes are checked. So they accepted our insurance, they accepted our contract with the Forest Preserves, they accepted our Porta-John receipt and our rolling signs we have on Western Avenue. They've been out there for a week already.
Yeah. When I left last week, I took pictures of it. It was on Facebook.
And I wanted to let everybody know we will have a walkthrough at the end point at DePaul. They keep changing the name of that place. I think it's DePaul. It's going to be on Wednesday night, coming up 2 days from now, Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. The reason it's going to be at night on a Wednesday is because next Saturday during the day is when we usually have our walkthrough on the north side, but they are doing their testing with the students there. Excuse me, they don't want any distractions to give these students an excuse as to why they didn't do well in the test. So.
Right. It was Toys for Tots.
Yeah, that's right. And the south side is going to be at the Woods, 87th and the western side of Dan Ryan Woods. I didn't realize how big a woods that is. That's a big giant.
Pretty
It
good.
is big.
But the western side of Dan Ryan Woods are on 83rd Street. We're all going to meet in a VIP lot, I call it. That would be, I guess, would be the first.
That's where we
grove.
met for the tagging, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm. And we're going to have a walkthrough there to make sure everybody knows where it's going to be and how we're going to do things. I understand that all the potholes got repaired.
Awesome.
Our sergeant at arms had gone through there and called out all the holes. And Sam, our parade coordinator, he knows the guy who rather far up on the Forest Preserves was able to get all that done. So that's all should
That's
be all
great.
done. But then we have the walkthrough just to make sure no new ones popped up to make sure they did what
Right.
they said.
Yeah.
Especially now after the snow.
Just because they said it doesn't mean they did it.
Yeah.
But we're going to look at that. And today I'd like to talk about hypothermia. I don't know how many people know that you can get that anywhere, and it starts at below 50 degrees. When your body temperature goes down like 1.6 degrees or 1.7, 95 degrees is when you're considered to be having hypothermia. It can be very, very dangerous, okay? Because I've seen you shiver.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen you exhausted. And I guess you're always cold because you seem to be always confused. Right?
Yeah. I'm always confused.
You forget. I got the memory loss thing. I can remember where I parked my car. I pushed the button. I heard it beep.
Well, we're both there with that one.
Right.
I'm pretty good at knowing where my car is at.
Slurred speech. It could happen. Drowsiness. You get tired. The last thing you want to do is fall asleep when you're freezing to death because you will, in fact, freeze to death.
Yeah.
Especially while you're riding.
Well, exactly, guy. I want you to make sure everybody understands. You should layer your clothes. Having one big heavy coat is not as effective as having two sweaters and a thermal.
Right.
Believe it or not. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to layer your clothes. Have lots of gloves. Hopefully, people have hand warmers out there. I'll have some out there. Just look for me. And if I don't have any, I'll say Santiago took the last one.
There you go. And I probably will take a last.
Okay. Don't be afraid of sticking them in your shoes because you can lose your extremities. It's furthest away from your heart, like your fingertips and your feet. That's
Yes,
where
sir.
you put your
Yeah.
lose first.
Yeah.
And of course, you lose your hair, you lose your head too. So you got lots of hair. You probably get your hair cut.
I haven't gotten my hair cut in a couple weeks. It grows like wildfire.
But they're talking about a little bit of rain.
Yeah, they are.
I have been in this parade. Obviously, you can see the way I look. I've been in it for many, many years, at least 20, 30 years, 25 years. And I've been cold. Okay, I remember being like 11 degrees once at the beginning. The hot warmest it got that day was like 14. But I was a lot younger then.
Yeah, you can
Still
do it
felt
then.
like an idiot when I was done, but still. I have been 2 years in a row in the late 90s. It seemed like it was raining and 35 degrees for 2 years in a row. Yeah. And that is the most miserable weather in the world, okay? And if I'd have found a hotel on Western Avenue, I'd have checked myself in. But there ain't no hotels on Western Avenue.
No, they're not.
Got to go down Cicero.
And it was so wet and rainy, even though the woods was awful, the potholes were fine. But those years in the 90s, you couldn't see the potholes because they're full of water.
Right.
So you had to be very, very careful. I've been in the snow and it turned into ice. Where you go to stop and you run into brick walls. I've done that. But I think the weirdest year, I think it was in the early 2000s or maybe 99 or something, it actually snowed after the parade. And by the time we got where we were going after the parade, it snowed a lot, and then it got really cold out and the snow drifted.
Oh,
And everybody, where we stopped at, because I don't want to mention where, they're out of business now anyway, when we come out, all the snow was drifted up to the gas tanks. So we had to dig our bikes out to go.
Oh man! Wow.
And then the one year, it rained all night, and then it got cold, and it was like stalactites coming off the pipes and off the engines. They were hot.
Yeah.
It was bizarre, but we all survived. And one year was pure ice. You couldn't even walk, much less ride a bike, but we did. I don't know how, but
Very
we
carefully.
did. But if you think you have hypothermia, or you see someone who you think may have hypothermia, the guy was talking perfectly fine, and all of a sudden he's slurring his speech. Talk to somebody in a vest. Talk to one of our many members that help support this organization. If you're just a participant, talk to the police. That's why they're there. Okay, don't be afraid of asking them anything. As far as the parade's concerned, everybody wearing a parade marshal vest, that would be the board, I guess. We'll have a packet with every one of our insurance papers and every one of our contracts for the porta potties and the rolling signs and all the other stuff we need. And also the copy of our permits from the Forest Preserves and the City of Chicago, because we can get challenged, and they warned us that at the city meeting. So if you need somebody challenges you and you're wearing a vest representing the organization, just point to one of us, and we'll be more than happy to get on the radio and let us know who they are, and we'll take care of it. But that's pretty important. They don't want to
have a safe ride.
Huh?
Let's have a safe ride.
Yes, that's what we end up doing. It's basically, we increased our radio rental to make sure, because you have to have communication, number one.
Yeah.
We're going to have 2 channels this year. We're going to have one channel just in the parking lot at the end point, so they can communicate to each other.
Right.
It's the same little issues we did have, they happen in the parking lot. So I figure they should have their own channel and actually talk to each other, not talk over the other guys.
We worked the parking lot last year.
Oh, so you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
I
we-
sure do.
Good. You get to ride on the bike this year.
Yes.
It's an honor.
Can't wait.
It's an honor. Yeah, that's really,
Make sure you check that thing out. And again, if you think you have hypothermia or someone's being affected by it, your fingers are going to go numb, right? That's normal. Any exposed skin may turn red, all right? If you're an Indian, I guess you're not going to notice that.
Or
I
Mexican.
don't know.
But number one you want to do is get dry. Okay, if it's raining out and it's like below 50 degrees and you get soaked, you will very susceptible to hypothermia. It can happen, okay? Try and get dry. You don't want to have anything in your body that's going to make your blood even thinner, because I don't want to say what that means, but I'm sure a lot of you people out there know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
Okay?
Don't do it.
And of course, we're not completely stupid. If you think you have hypothermia, get out of the cold. Okay, go find a place, knock on the door, say, "Let me in, I'm dying." Okay, or you get a hold of one of the police cars or whatever. We're always going to have a chase vehicle at the end of each steer. Get their attention, and they'll be more than happy to help you. That's what they're there for. Okay, hopefully it won't happen. But I would feel bad if somebody froze to death and we didn't talk about it.
That's
Right.
right.
Now I won't
We'd
feel
rather
bad
not.
in case that happens.
Right.
We're there to help.
And they say to give you warm, sweet drinks. I guess the sugar to wake you up a little bit and hopefully warm you up from the inside out. Because I looked that up before I came here. It's not like I knew that. And I hope a lot of you people took that basic first aid course. Did you guys take it?
No, we haven't.
We're
I
going
was
to
out
do it
of
this
town.
year maybe. But we give you a free first aid kit when you take it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
basically
we were
it's-
going to do it previously, but they rescheduled it.
Okay,
When they
because
rescheduled it, we were
I
out of town.
didn't like. I mean, I believe in everybody having a choice in this world as far as like helmets and such.
Yeah.
We have no choice on seatbelts now. I got to wear a seatbelt. And did you know? I don't know if you knew this, but on your newer cars, if you just insist on not driving with a seatbelt because you think you're a tough guy, your airbags won't work unless they're plugged in.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
My
Well,
car,
thank you for telling us
tell
that.
you, my car beeps.
Well, now you got a nice car. I might want it. So
Yeah.
Right,
My
right.
car beeps. If I don't put my seatbelt on, I'm bing, bing.
Oh, it doesn't matter when it beeps once as a kid.
Yeah, no, that one will not stop.
That will not stop you. No.
But a lot of people aren't aware of that. But that's true.
Oh,
Well,
Okay, what else are we going to talk about here? So, what time do you plan on getting to the woods?
what time are we supposed to? What time?
Well,
9 o'clock.
I'm asking you, young man. I know
9
I'm
o'clock,
gonna
10 o'clock, 12 o'clock.
No, the woods, not the walkthrough. I'm saying the
Right.
actual parade day.
Oh, probably early. Probably about 7.
Yeah, I get there around 6, 5:36. Because it's
Well,
dark
6,
then.
6:30.
So what time do people start lining up
Oh, they'll
generally?
be there. They'll be there.
Way before us.
Years
yeah.
ago, they used to camp in the woods.
Oh,
So
wow.
they were first.
Well, now they can't.
I had one guy come up to me and said, I don't care what it takes, I want to be first. I said, okay, I'm going to let you be first in the parade. He said, what I got to do? I said, get there at 4 o'clock. He goes, okay.
He was there.
He was first.
You got there for it.
That's right. He had hands bigger than my head. And I said, I didn't want to get him mad at me. Yeah, get out of the cold. Okay, tire pressures on your bikes. Because I was talking to Santiago
yes.
before the show started. I was in the business, of how to fix cars. I taught it at a few community colleges, how to fix cars and stuff. But one thing about air, it's temperature pressure sensitive, okay? So if you put air in your tires on your motorcycle and it was 80 degrees outside, all right, and it gets to be like 20 or 30, that's 5 degrees lower than, 5,
Yes.
you know what I'm talking. It's 1 degree per 10 psi. I mean, 1 psi per 10 degrees.
Right.
Okay.
So if you get down to 30, it's be nice, and that's going to be 5 and 8. 5 and 3 is 8, so that's 5 times 1. It could be 5 pounds lower than what it should be. That's why a lot of times on your cars with the low tire light,
Yeah.
Yeah.
first time it gets cold, everybody's light goes on.
Yeah.
Okay, all you got to do is put air in the tires.
Yeah.
Of course, you got to
Light
take
is
some out, and nobody forgets to take it out in the summertime, but it works both ways.
Right.
Yeah.
And one thing I must impress upon you, because even guys in the business don't understand this, but I taught suspension and steering and it involves tires and such. When you see on the side of your tire, when it says max PSI, 44 PSI, that doesn't mean put 44 pounds of pressure in your tire. That means when it's usually set at 30 or 32, that if you're on the expressway for 5 hours and it's 90 degrees outside, the tire's going to expand, the tire's going to get hot, and it can handle up to 44 PSI.
Right.
Okay.
So you don't go by that. You go by when you open up your door, what it says on that little time. That
How do you
same
open up
thing
your
with
door on your motorcycle?
Yeah, that's what I'm
He's
about
talking
to
about
say.
the car.
You open up your owner's manual. You don't have a door on your bike?
No, not yet. No, I'm not that advanced. I
They might
got
put a door on the sidecar one
That's
day.
possible. And we'll have plenty of chase vehicles. We'll have tow trucks running around in the woods. They say they're not going to charge anybody that day. Hopefully, they're not lying to me. But we'll have people chasing up and down Western Avenue. Don't be afraid for ask for any assistance. I'm sure we'll have jump packs there because some people like to listen to their radios before the parade starts and
Okay, that's
realize
nice.
they'd rather listen to the songs than ride their motorcycle.
Right.
So we got sometimes we got to jump them off. So be aware of that. And I would not. A lot of people are afraid of walking away from their bikes. Trust me. Once the parade starts, Tier 1 will stage on Western Avenue and then get going. Once the bikes start running, the second tier is not really going to move up for at least another 20 minutes, half hour. So don't think you have to run to your bike and get back there right away.
Right.
Okay, and again, if you come into the woods and get separated from your group, unfortunately, you're going to be separated till the end because we're not going to let you get caught up to nobody. Okay, you got to go where they tell you, otherwise we'll lose control of the woods and bad things will happen. All right.
They could meet up at the north side.
Right.
When we all
You
get
can
there.
pull over on the side on Western until everybody's together and then go into the woods as a group. Fine, but you don't expect to be going past people and getting in and around, and don't ever even think about going on the grass. Okay, because we'll have.
Please.
The police security making sure that doesn't happen, and they will, pursue that to every inch of the law.
And we will take pictures if somebody got a camera, or everybody's got a phone on their camera. Take a picture of somebody riding on the grass or doing something that not supposed to be doing. And
if you've seen
Don't
our
take away.
posters, which I have some posters, anybody wants posters, stop by the show next Monday. I have some in my trunk. I'll be more than happy to give them to you. Please don't take them off on Western Avenue until after the parade. Again, somebody wants posters, I'll be more than happy to give them to you. All right, but what does it say on the posters? Every motorcycle is welcomed, okay, as long as they are street legal, number one. Number
Insured.
two, have insurance on it and are properly plated. If you are hiding anything on your license plate, what's going to happen, Santiago?
we lose count of how many
Let
bikes
them
went
leave.
through.
We don't let them participate.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
And
I
you
didn't know
must
that one.
In the
bring
event something happens, you can't say it was
Yeah.
a black Harley. You got to look at the
Well,
license plate.
right.
Okay.
and you must bring an unwrapped toy.
Yes, that would be nice. That's why
That's
we're
the
doing
whole
this.
purpose of the parade.
Yes, because these kids really do need it, and I see it all the time that families don't have the money for it because they have to pay their bills. They got to keep the lights on.
Especially this year, definitely.
Yeah.
This year's going to be, I hope it's going to be a very good year for us. The last couple of years it wasn't that great, but last year it was. But the last after that was raining
the
on us.
COVID year was kind of bad. We didn't have the
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we didn't have a parade.
well, not per se. Yeah,
That's
we
what
didn't
I
have it, yeah. But it'll all work out. Before you know it, it'll be here. Basically, what I tell our guys, if you're watching, you're part of the organization. Everybody's been looking at you. Okay, then maybe you have 400 actually dressed up in vests to be out there, and you can control up to like 30,000 motorcycles.
Yeah.
Now, the ours aren't with us. If we were getting into a fight, we'd lose. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of a big thing. So, in the event you do have an altercation, always try and defuse it. Right?
Yes.
You've been
That's
in the
right.
security thing.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
You don't want to. You don't want to add to it. You don't want to make a stand. You don't want to. You don't know if he's trying to impress his girlfriend or his boyfriend today. I don't know what the hell's going on with that.
Right.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But just to diffuse the situation, you got to bite your tongue a little bit. That's fine, okay? But try and if you think you have the feeling that you may be losing control or anything, talk to a policeman. Find somebody with a radio. If you don't have one, let us know about it. Please, that's what we're there for.
Just say,
We have to do everything we can to ensure that we're able to have the parade again next year. Because it
Yes.
would be
Yes.
fair to the kids that would need to be helped. And they
Next
can't.
year.
so everybody that if you got an altercation with somebody, bite your tongue. I mean, let's have this again for.
And don't
for-
take a
for you.
side. If the wife and the husband are fighting because he was looking at somebody a little longer than he should have been.
Or she
But
was.
she might have been doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And he got caught.
Just don't get in the middle. Don't say stuff like that. It'll look too. You know what I mean? It's not going to work.
Right.
But it's not gonna
That'll
work.
make it worse. That's not
right.
diffusing.
Keep your mouth shut. And if they start shivering, they talk funny, let us know they might have hypothermia.
Yep.
hallucinations.
But actually, it's been a pretty safe parade for many, many years. The only issue that I see, a lot of guys and people, I gotta say people now, because they've never not used to being a huge parade like this. Per se.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more dangerous for the group of bikes than it is for the guys working the sides,
Yeah.
because we got the whole lane to ourselves.
Right.
These guys are like 2 feet apart, so they got to be
Right.
very careful. You got to be very aware. They can't turn around and look and say hi. They got to make sure they know where they're going. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep your and always if you can. I've been doing this my whole life. If let's say you're doing like 10, 15 miles an hour, usually you shift into second gear. I always say 1 gear lower. Okay. In the event something does happen, I just got to let go of the throttle. Well, my bike will slow down.
Shut up. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
a clutch,
slow down.
clutch will grade like a
Right.
car.
Yeah. Like a brake. Yeah.
And then, because my bike don't stop so good. My old one. No one stops really too good. Every time I put on the brakes, I almost fell down.
Well. Got
So it
that
sounds like
anti-lock
you need to
brake.
write the new one.
Right.
Especially if the weather's bad.
If you're riding a bike, you let the one behind you, let her look around and wave to everybody. You don't
Yeah.
do it. Keep your eyes on the prize, like, you know.
Always.
Right.
Always.
And when you get into the parking lot, listen. We'll have plenty of people with vests and flags. Do what they say. Okay.
Yes.
The only guy that's better than everybody else is me. I'm the president. No, just kidding. I
Let the
listen,
people
I listen to them
direct
too.
you.
They tell me to go there. I go there because it's their parking lot.
But
It's
everybody
That
knows who you are.
sometimes is the hardest job because sometimes
Oh,
you
I
be
know.
directing the bikes to go straight and they want to
Well,
force
yeah.
themselves
Yeah.
to
So
like
it
to
is
go
my
to
buddy.
the VIP
Yeah,
parking.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
not good.
Not VIP.
No, it's not. Even at the beginning, they have.
And
a
it
hard
slows everybody else down.
time. Sure.
And I think the one problem that we had was when people started parking in the other lot and they had to cross over to get to the lot. All the
people
bikes had to
walking, you're
stop.
talking?
Yeah, coming
Yeah.
from the other
They should have
lot.
a better way of
crossing.
getting over here. We talked about.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Yeah.
about that at the walkthrough on Wednesday.
Yeah,
That's
that was a
what-
problem.
Yeah, that could be a problem. Yeah, definitely.
Or
And
you-
Scott's going to have 2 spots to sell, so he doesn't have those real long lines.
But
Oh, good
Or
He's going to
idea.
have a tent there, and he's going to have the truck there, I assume.
also, there's guys that come in with the whole group of guys and they're parked in the middle of the street. You ask them to move. Sometimes they don't listen. Because
During the parade, you mean? On West
No,
Avenue?
no. After they
Yeah,
after
yeah.
they
Down there
park
in
up.
Washington, one year the police actually yellow taped the entire right side of the lane for blocks
Oh.
to keep people from jumping in.
Right.
Yeah.
And what did? They amassed themselves in the middle of the street. just like where I was going with the
To
tagging.
wait, yeah.
And then when the parade caught up to them, then they jumped in.
Yeah.
And if you see that, guys, even if you're working the parade being a tier thing, do not stop them. Let them go, because you can't make
Stop
an
the group.
example then, because if you stop the parade, it takes forever to get going again. It's like a snake.
Right.
Like a train.
Like a train, yeah. Start off slow. And
You don't want to do that. We've had clubs that would jump in, people take exception to that, and I tell them, they're like everybody else. Don't treat them any different, okay? 'Cause
Right.
if you treat them different, they're going to act different.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
A lot of times they don't even finish. They're running for a couple of blocks, and then they leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of you people do that out there. Don't think we don't notice all the bikes that ain't got no toys on them. Not everybody put them in a trailer before they got there.
Yeah.
That's what they
Yeah.
tell you, right?
And
You're
it's
just
not a
cheating
big
yourself.
deal. Just bring a toy.
Right. That could be you next
bring
year,
a
the year
toy.
after that.
That's
It could
right.
be your kids. You know, that's
That's
what a lot
right.
of people
Could be your
get involved.
grandkids.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need it.
That's right. Especially in this day and age, it's a tough world out there. Plus,
is.
it's getting cold.
Yep.
Oh, it's even worse.
I don't like the cold. Do you like the cold?
I like to
I
go.
want to meet the guys that walked around Chicago. This might be a good place to live, you know?
Wow.
You know, the first winter, half of them had to die. It's the only reason they did
People are
because of the river.
resourceful. I'm sure they were very resourceful.
Well, have you done this?
Yeah, you
Have you
have
done
to
this
be.
parade before? I'm sorry.
Good.
I said, if you've done this parade before, if you know it, check the weather before, the day before.
Yes.
And you know, how do you say, prepare for yourself for what you're going to do. If you need a heavy coat or if you need a raincoat or something like that, just get prepared. You know, just you know,
remember one thing. It's a lot easier to take something off than it is to put it on if you don't have it.
Right.
Exactly.
And I've gone on a lot of runs, but man, it got hot enough. So you just take it off on the sail.
Right.
Yep.
Now, if I had started off in a t-shirt, that had holes in the
That's
t-shirt
the last
right
thing
here.
you have to take off.
So always remember that. Always take extra clothes, extra ear muffs, keep your ears warm. Glasses, maybe go get that skin diver stuff to keep your goggles from getting fogged up if you have goggles. 'Cause
That's a
an
good
issue.
idea. I
I
hadn't
just bought
thought
a
of
pair of
that.
goggles.
Huh? You
I
do?
just got some. Yeah, got little
I
holes
bet
in
you
them.
look cool in them, too.
Oh, yeah.
He looks cool in anything.
Yeah, that's why you're married.
Don't you, we're already married. You ain't got to impress me.
We will be selling these, asking for donations for these pins during the day of the parade.
Oh, these ones here.
And
Yeah.
for these, wait.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
Here we go.
Best part?
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Hold on, wait. Here, oh, wait. It's a little crowd there. Yeah. Look at that.
Through your donations, when you give us a donation, when you see our product, that makes our, we have to pay, I think it costs almost $25,000 at the parade this year, every year.
25
Yeah.
years.
And we usually budget that mumuch for next year in case we get nothing.
Nothing, right.
Right.
So it's never going to be the last year, it'll be the year after that.
Right.
Because it would be, what if I'm not the president no more? It wouldn't be fair to him to not to have any money.
Right,
That's
right.
That's what we do. You're
And,
supposed to say, what do you mean you're not going to be the president? You forget to say.
Yeah. What are you there? What are you there? We're gonna
See,
be
I'm picking up on that.
Don't
Oh, yeah.
worry. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
You still got your spot.
I still got the hypothermia from earlier. But don't forget about this big ruckus here. I mean, the
Oh, yes.
little ruckus.
Yes.
It'll be raffled
And,
off that day.
It's going to be raffled
So
off.
come to the end of the parade.
We'll try to get you
You
some
don't have
tickets.
to be there if you win, but it would
Yeah.
be nice for you to drive away with your new ruckus.
And you don't need a motorcycle license. You do need a driver's license, but you don't need a motorcycle license.
Yeah. And you don't have to pay to transfer anything over. Toys
Right.
for Tots took care of everything.
We do things
You
right.
just
a lot
right
of people
away.
rent a motorcycle from somewhere. They honestly, I don't know if I could. They can't afford to pay the taxes on a
Right.
$20,000 bike.
Right.
So we take care of everything except for the
Yeah.
plates. You got to do that.
Oh, yeah.
We transfer
So-
the title. We do the title. We do you got to get the insurance. I think we do the plates. I don't know. I had to talk to
I
someone.
think so. I think the plates come with it too. Matter of fact, the NB, I just went there to get my plates. It was kind of easy. But even the lady behind the counter said, "You Toys for Tots?" Yeah. I said, she said, "You want something? I live over here."
You
She
should have
said,
told me. I get the sticker for the BB1.
She turned around and told me, she said, "Oh man, I'm going to be out there waiting for you. I said, I'll be
Yeah.
in front."
She
right
said
behind
you
you.
should try to get vanity plates for Toys for Tots. That
Like-
would be a good way
We're
of...
talking about one lady's trying
No,
to do
she's
it.
talking
I got
about
that on
good,
my
good.
plate. I
For
got
good.
number 5 on my plate.
Permanent, the permit. I mean, permanent.
Permanent.
These are real plates.
Yeah,
They once for
yeah.
6
Really?
months.
So
back
when you
in
go there, you pay
2001. That's all
Nice,
they are.
yeah, that's a good idea.
When I was a sergeant at arms, so I was number 5. So if we did
Okay.
it now, I'd be number 1.
Right.
Okay.
It's got to be number one.
But I'm talking about vanity plates that anybody can buy.
Oh, you mean like
You know how people buy socks, plates,
Yes,
cups,
yes,
cakes?
yes. Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
said, you guys should do that. He said, I think a lot
She
of
should
people...
come to the parade and set up a booth. Let us set up there.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh,
Shall I do that kind of
yeah,
stuff? That's a good idea. Here, how about
yeah,
you?
there you go. That's how things start.
It's right there, you do it.
That's how, there you go. That's a good time. You should do that. Right, yeah, right. I seen that.
Looks like we're done. 1 minute, I think. What did it say? Is that what it said?
Is it 1 minute? Yeah.
Very
Well,
good.
ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for watching our show here. Thank
Yes.
Lester, thank my wife, and thank every person that
That's right.
donates their time for us, that roadblockers, everything. I mean, everything everybody does. We're grateful for you guys.
And Barb and Santiago told me, Santiago, forgive me, that during the parade, if you recognize them, they will not charge you for their autograph.
No, we won't. No. But we'll
I don't know, I might.
We'll charge you. We'll
don't know
charge you
about
to
that.
use our pen.
Yeah. Bring your own pen.
That's right.
Bring your own pen. Well,
Okay, we're getting awful close to the end here.
yes, Jack. How you doing, everybody
Yeah.
else out there?
How
You
you
guys
doing,
have.
guys?
I hope you had a very good Thanksgiving. You guys have a blessed rest of the
And
week.
again,
we will.
my
see
sympathies to Jack Voss. He lost his mother.
No.
No, Gary
Gary
Rank.
lost his mother.
Rank.
Gary
lost his
Rank.
mother.
Gary
He's a
Rank.
good
That's why I
friend
have
of
you-
Jack's.
I think I have hypothermia.
Yeah. We
They're
can
gonna be
say
our-
that throughout the show.
That's gonna be our excuse.
We have to get a thermometer when we walk out of
cold.
here.
don't.
No, Gary Rank was a very big, strong member for many, many years, and he's still a member.
Yes.
And I was amazed by his family because they all aged rather well, and I think his mother was like 94, 95.
Something like
She
that. Yeah.
was so beautiful.
And she looked
I saw
good.
her
It's
pictures.
her wedding
Yes.
picture and her. You could tell
Oh
they were
my
the same
God.
person. Usually
Yes.
you can't.
I met that. I went to Dad. The Dad was good.
Bye.
Okay, guys. Thank
See
you
you
very much.
Sunday at
the
Thank you,
parade.
Thank you, Can TV.
Thank you.